Let's talk about David Koresh real quick. That was the Waco Siege. Go ahead and Google it if you don't know what I'm talking about. So David Koresh believed that he was the second coming of Jesus Christ. Sure, buddy. He also stated that God himself told him, David Koresh, to only have sexual relations with the women that was picked out only by God. That also would include 14-year-old girls. That just makes me want to puke just thinking about that type of shit, man. I'm glad that motherfucker is dead. There are still people to this very day that still follow that cocksucker. Like, think that he's going to resurrect himself like Jesus actually supposedly did in the Bible. Come on, bro, sit down. Just sit down somewhere. You have a lot of problems. David Koresh is dead. He's not coming back. And good riddance. However, what the ATF and the FBI did was wrong. Anyone that follows David Koresh still to this day, you need to be drawn and quartered and locked in an insane asylum somewhere. What the ATF and FBI did is that they are just as much guilty, in my opinion, as David Koresh is when it comes to those children, innocent children being murdered, and those 40 men and women that lost their lives because you indoctrinated them into believing in your fucking cult. I'm so sick and tired of hearing about the Waco Siege and the Second Amendment everywhere. Leave it the fuck alone. You make yourself look like a goddamn pedophile. Because that's all that man wanted, was to have sex with 14-year-old girls. He impregnated all of them, and they had his kids. What is wrong with you? If somebody came up to me and told me that they were the second coming of Jesus Christ and I need to follow them and I need to listen to what they say, I'm going to tell them to go get fucked. Royally. However, the neighbor contacted the police because he said he heard fully automatic gunfire that sounds like... It sounds like a war zone. Okay, cool. They have those at my local gun range. It's an indoor gun range, but okay, cool. And he said human-sized silhouette targets. Like they were getting ready to take over the government. So I guess I should be arrested too for going to the gun range and shooting black, blue, I think they have green, and I think yellow and red. Oh, and orange. Human silhouette targets. They even have zombies. They even have a guy with his hands around an innocent lady's neck with a gun pointed toward you. They have all kinds of shit at the gun range. You should try and go. Oh, you're probably a liberal moron. Don't go. You'll probably shoot your eye out. You'll probably turn the gun around and pull the fucking trigger. It might be better off for you if you did that, so go do that. Anyway, I don't buy it. Not one bit. But I will say that all that shit about David Koresh, that motherfucker needs to burn in hell. I don't even believe in hell. The UPS man said that a box just opened up and fell out. Just, I'm trying not to have a stroke here, trying to figure this shit out. But out fell a few grenades out of a box. You know that damn fool didn't jump back and go, oh my God, grenades, and I'm going to call the police. You know that motherfucker's probably got a half a dozen grenades still left at his house. Then he probably called the police. And then the police called the ATF and the FBI. You could have solved all of this just by having Army Rangers and the Navy SEALs go in there. Hell, the Texas Rangers would have done a hell of a lot better job than the ATF or the FBI. They're just as guilty. So in closing, I agree with we don't need the ATF or the FBI, especially involved in, this type of stuff. You can use the United States military, the armed forces for that. Especially the guys that are heavily and that are extremely more intelligent and more capable of handling this type of situation if it were to ever arise again, versus some Keystone federal agents that's got their fingers in their butts twirling around going, what do I do? What do I do? While they're being shot at. And 2 of those ATF agents are in the ground, just like David Koresh. Innocent people lost their lives. Women, men, and children. Because y'all fumbled the fucking ball. But one more time, do not praise David Koresh in anything. He deserves to be in the ground. He deserves his dirt nap. End of discussion. If you disagree, you're a pedophile, you're a piece of shit, and you need to be on the watch list. Have a good day.